Morning everybody.
Ah, see, we have to just say the same things at the
Sandwich time.
Yeah.
We finish each other's. Yeah, it's Friday. It's the Remember.
The 5th of November.
We're just on the outskirts of Pamplona. We had a very, very quiet and relaxed day yesterday, just sorting bits and pieces out. Wanted to get the last use of the Spanish SIM card, which has been absolute godsend. If you're coming to Spain for any length of period, I think they're called Lamaya, Lamaya. They do 120 gig data card only, so no calls, no text, no nothing. It's just data. It's about 4 gig a day, and it was €30, 25 quid.
It's been a game changer, hasn't it?
Absolute game changer. You can watch as much Netflix, do as much uploading, much browsing as you want.
Not that we've done an awful lot of watching
we
telly, but yeah, for all your browsing, it's been absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, and you only have to get it wrong once on your home phone now that we're restricted.
As I know.
We don't carry the roaming data that we used to carry. So you get caught by that, you know, you could be looking at a 20-25 quid bill straight off.
I think mine was a lot more than that.
I'm putting my fingers in my ears because I don't want to know. But we are heading over the Pyrenees today. We're going to follow the start of the Camino de Santiago, roughly by road, to a place called
Pierre
de Pont. Yeah.
And I might not be pronouncing that correctly.
And it's a little bit worrying because when I was walking the dog this morning and I looked in the beautiful blue skies that are surrounding us at the moment, there's actually snow on some of the hills, and I don't think they're that biggie. But we got all weather pre-peak and snowflake tyres on the front. So I know the French law changed on the 1st of November that says your vehicle must have snow tyres on in certain alpine and mountainous regions. So we're good to go because it's steered or driven wheels must have snow tyres, and we're front wheel drive. That's our driven and our steered wheels, and they're not introducing a fine till next year, so free to go because they didn't tell anybody. Anyway, enough rattling. We'll see you again soon. We're dropping down towards the French side of the Pyrenees. We've come through Roncesvalles and we're heading towards Jean-Pied Pont, where, as you can see, we're still on the Camino de Santiago way, marked out by the clamshell symbols, which are meant to represent the many paths that lead to one point. And that's why the shell is the symbol of the route, and the pilgrims and people who walk it often carry one on their person. But it's a twisty old road. We've been in low cloud. It's nothing that we can't cope with by just taking our time, even with me talking to the camera. It's just standard fare, but I think we're starting to level out soon, so we'll come back to you in a bit. Well, we crossed over to France and we stopped at Jean-Pied de Port and got our washing done.
Yay!
Done some shopping. Got, strangely for us, we got some more wine just to make sure that we can survive the next few days, couple of weeks, whatever it is that we've got left.
Gonna need it for when we go back.
But we're just trying to get a bit of mileage under our belt today. It's going to be quite a big drive. I think we did 40 odd miles to start and we had a 90-mile drive today. But the sun's out, we're in France, blue sky, a little bit of wispy cloud, driving's good, steady 50 mile an hour unless I'm going downhill, and then if it's a police officer it's still 80 kilometres an hour. Still trying to manage to get up hills as well, so all is good, and we will see where we get to.
Left, then take the second left.
Well, we're on our way to hopefully where the Aire is. It should be on this little road just on our left down here.
After 200 yards, turn left, go back, then you have reached your destination.
I think it's
No, not in there.
yeah,
Turn left, then you have reached your destination.
that's the one.
That's it. Bit muddy.
You have reached your
Where
destination.
is it?
519 Quebec.
Where is what? This is it.
Okay, can we just park anywhere we like?
I wouldn't say so.
Well, that's your service point. Or do we? I don't particularly want to go down
No, I
there.
wouldn't get on
Okay. Right, okay, well, we'll stop that there. We found it. We're just going to try and find a better place, somewhere we don't get stuck. Well, we've arrived at the Aire at Bastide De Armagnac. We are the only people here. I've kept Brian on the driveway or on the path because the grass does look a little bit wet and we don't want any issues with sinking. There are quite a few tyre tracks knocking around, but you've got a service point over there, got bins just up here, and there is one camping car up there, but we're just going to go and have a little look around, see what's here. There looks to be something quite interesting right across the road. I don't know if it's private or if it's a little washroom or a shrine or what, but it's right there. And there's a big tractor just about to go past it. Yeah, I was right. It's another ancient lavery where the good people would come down and get the water from the fountain and do their washing.
That's why it's all sloped in.
Yeah. And you've got a little shrine here, and it actually says "Oh potable." Bob's going to give it a try. Yep, I think she likes it.
Well, she drink out of a muddy puddle, to be fair, so...
Would you
she loves
do your
it.
washing in there?
I don't need to now, thank you.
Ah, good, yes.
Not very warm.
Be plenty warm enough in the winter. So here we are. This is the tiny little village of Bastide De Armagnac. I believe they actually produce a lot of Armagnac around here.
Well, that would make sense.
It would make sense. But it's full of tiny little streets.
No.
And the reason we came here was it was a good stop for the kind of distance that we wanted to be. It was one of our random stops to just about the right mileage, and seemed quite an interesting place to find. So we will have a look and walk through these arches and see what else there is.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry.
So what did you think of the tiny village of Bastide De Armagnac?
It's cold.
It's cold. Could have had some almanac.
Yeah. Well, we could if there was anything.
The cafe was open.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was absolutely beautiful. Looked like something out of a fairy tale. Come here.
Yeah, it's got that sort of shabby chic, run down but not run down kind of look. Definitely worth a visit, especially in the summertime. Might be a little bit different now it's cold, but yeah, it would have been nice to have gone and got some almanac, but it was all pretty quiet.
And Alan nearly had 50 fits looking at how much it cost.
Yeah, there was one tiny little bottle from 2000 and it was €54 for, I think it's
21 years old though.
I'm not even going there. Anyway, we're back at Brian, as you can see, and we're going to go and get warm and get some dinner on and hope that we don't sink. Morning everybody, morning. Saturday morning, and we're just setting off from Bastide De Armagnac. Oh, I didn't go get any almanac. Whatever.
Yeah.
They only drown little birds in it and then eat them cooked. But anyway,
I don't know what to say.
ortolans, look it up. It technically doesn't happen anymore, but I bet it does. But we're heading now. We're going to try and break the back of the journey today. Hopefully this fog will disappear. I don't know if you can see out the side windows, but it's pretty misty.
Cold.
Cold, about 1 degree out there. Soon warm up in the van, we've just set off. But we're heading up towards Pyrenees. We're going to get a stop up there, and then it's going to be short stops then all the way back up to Belgium, where we're hoping to be there for the armistice service, which would be nice.
Be lovely.
But we'll see.
As he says.
Catch you later. Well everybody, we've had a long drive. We're in the village of Lencloitre. which is just north of Pyrenees. The Aire, or the service area. We've got toilets up there and a service point, and there's a tap there and another service point, and there's meant to be free electricity. You can basically park where you like. You've got grass pitches over there, you've got hard standing in the sunlight, you've got hard standing amongst the trees. It looks a really good stop. We're going to go and have a quick look in the village. We might see if we can find the pizza place.
Not might, we will.
We will find a pizza place, because we've not had eat out food for a while yet, and yesterday there was very little open for us to pay back for our free stop, so in some way we'd like to return the favour here.
We haven't had pizza for a very long time.
But the only excitement we've had today is when we stopped for petrol, and because I ran it down to almost empty, it was 112 euros to fill the tank up, and not one of our free cards would be accepted. I don't know if over 100 euros they get a little bit funny on a single transaction for petrol, I don't know. But the debit card didn't work, the currency card didn't work, and the credit card didn't work. So we had to scrabble around, and we managed to find 112 euros in cash. We don't normally like to carry cash for risks and so on, but we're lucky we'd got it that day and today, so we paid for it that way. And he actually let us off with a 1 cent that I went over because I couldn't stop it in time. But yeah, I'm going to turn you around and have a quick look at the village. Oh, there's some more toilets there. This area is actually used as a big market on the first Monday of every month, so we'll come back to you.
We very often go into
Yeah.
and I said, oh yeah, and then over time, La Rochelle is really nice.
Well, here we are in the busy district of Lencloitre, and what we're looking at is the boulangerie. Look at that, that's going to be cracking tomorrow. Get some cracking bread on a Sunday. Or not, but we're heading further down, but we might have to head back and find a bar or a pub to sit in.